Cinestro called the gas. It's your weekly gold mine. Stay tuned in. Stay tuned in. They got the beats, got those comic spins. I stay tuned in. Stay tuned.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, your favorite podcast is back to talk to y'all about some cool stuff. So get ready to sail the high seas as we prepare to cook for y'all at camp. As we talk about Mutiny, Tony, and whatever this long ass title, Teenage Sex and Death at Camp Miasma, as well as Luis's thoughts on Green Lantern, because he wasn't able to enlighten us last
I was on
week.
vacation. I couldn't let you guys know what I thought.
He was at the camp. He was at the Camp Miasma.
I was getting my teenage sex and death on at Camp Miasma.
All right. Well, let's get right into it. Let's jump overboard into the main topic here with Mutiny.
So now, just to reference, Matt's the only one who's seen Mutiny. I'm the only one who's seen Miasma, and we've both seen Tony. So just to kind of why the conversations won't be as in depth as like our usual reviews are, but that's why. But yeah, go ahead. So Mutiny is the most recent Jason Statham
and
affair, right?
Into the Statham verse, as I call it.
Statham verse, yeah, exactly.
The Statham verse, yes, bro.
Can you explain what this movie is
before
about?
I get into the synopsis of this movie? I'm about to get into that. Before I get into the synopsis of this movie, I would just like to say that Jason Statham, I appreciate you for knowing your lane and knowing what works best for you, and just keep cooking at it, because he doesn't miss with these type of movies. And that's why I said the Statham verse, because every movie since Transporter is basically just Transporter in another location. Whatever the theme of whatever movie you're watching. Beekeeper was just Transporter with a bunch of fucking bees. This movie is just Transporter on the fucking ocean. Like, I'm like, Jason Statham don't miss, bro. It's because all his shit is very straightforward. Show up, kick a nigga in the chest, punch some niggas and shoot some shit, do some cool ass action, deliver the most god awful lines. But hey, man, it works. He paying the bills. I get it. I understand.
And Jason Statham has said it himself, right? He said it in the interview. He was like, I'm not an actor. He's like, I'm not, I know what I do and what I'm good at. And so I just keep doing that. People can say whatever they want to say, but it is what it is. And I'm just like, yeah, dude, of course. And like you said, like, shout out to him for knowing his lane.
Being authentic.
And I know that, like, I'm big on like, oh, well, this actor doesn't show any range. It doesn't matter when it comes to like a person like Jason Statham, because one, he's not an actor. That's not what he started doing. He was a martial artist, I think, and then or a model or something like that, and then kind of like fell into acting. So I will never begrudge him. I'll never begrudge him for not showing range. I mean, he can do comedy, right? Like he did that movie with Melissa McCarthy. What is it, Spy or something like that? So we know that he can do it, but it's like, no, like, this works. This is for you. This is what you're good at, and so keep doing it. I don't need or expect anything else. And like, when these movies are good and they hit, they're such a great time. And even if they're bad, you're just like, well, whatever, I guess, like maybe like they're not the best.
It's a Jason Statham movie. I wasn't expecting much.
Exactly. I wasn't expecting much.
In a good way.
And that delivered. Exactly. And at the best, like at the height of their powers, like the Beekeeper, you're just like, man, that was a fucking rip-roaring good time. That was a rip-roaring good time.
There was some really good action in there. And that's kind of, this one wasn't as comedic as Beekeeper as any of his other films, honestly. This one's very much a serious film.
Yeah.
About 90% of it is the action. And just to give you all the rundown, so the synopsis of Mutiny, Jason Statham plays yet again another special forces trained motherfucker who's working in some form of security or some type of job, right? In this movie, he plays Cole Reed, who is an ex whatever they call London's police. Met, I don't know, them niggas with the black little the bobbies.
He was an ex special forces guy.
Oh no, I'm getting to it. He was before that. He was a Royal Air Marine special recon, like special forces unit. He went to be a police officer. and he was working under his dad. His dad unfortunately lost his life saving his life, so he got disgraced from law enforcement, and now he ends up being head of security for this company called KMG. I don't remember, bro. KMG, some shipping company owned by a Thailandian, a Thai. I can't talk, bro. A Thai, Thailandian. What the hell, bro? A Thai business magnate, business kingpin, who's been in the shipping game for years and years. He's built this company, blah blah blah. You know, very, very bare bones, straight to the point type shit.
Yeah.
And in the start of the movie,
I will say, hold on, before you continue, I will say this really quick. I haven't seen the movie, but I remember watching the trailer in the theater, and I do think the trailer is like no bullshit, like a really good trailer. Like it is,
yes,
really, really
sells.
like good. It's
the trailer.
It's like the music, like the needle drop, like the music that is playing is really kind of like propulsive and kind of like.
And the way they shot the shots clipping back and forth.
Yeah, the editing of the trailer is really like it's really well. And I was just like, that looks sick. I was like, that looks fucking awesome. And so it did its job. I just wanted to say that like the trailer is a really good trailer as far as things go.
And sorry, you know what? Continue. No, you're good. That brings up a good point. Whatever I'm about to tell you all the rest of the story, the trailer doesn't show any of that, honestly. And the trailer shows you the best parts of the movie. Whatever I'm about to describe, I mean, it's necessary to set up the whole conflict and his reasons for being on wherever he is, but it kind of drags. That was one of my critiques. Like it does drag at this part, it does drag a little bit. Yeah, the line delivery is god awful. Don't worry, but we're not here for that. We're not here for that shit. Doesn't matter. So he's working for this company, head of security. Company's owned by Tibu. I forgot his last name, and then his son Cameron is next in line for the throne, right? Now Tibu and what's his name? Jason Statham's character Cole Reed. They're leaving an event. They get ambushed. Tibu gets shot and dies. Unfortunately, he's like, hey, before he dies, he's like, make sure you take care of Cameron. At that point, I already knew what was going on with the twist.
I knew.
And I already knew.
Yeah, I knew what was going on too.
I was like, I already know what the story is, but that is I already know what the fucking twist is, alleged twist is going to be. That prior to them getting ambushed, he noticed, he clocks some guy walking in the little event that will be seen later.
No, you don't say.
He's like, oh shit, they got my dog. They they smoked my homie. I gotta retaliate. We gotta come fight back. Switch him down, nephew. Conveniently, one of the dudes who ambushed and killed his boss left his passport and a bag full of clothes in the vehicle. The guy is a bald man who looks very close to Jason Statham. Naturally, he's like
on purpose.
Yeah, he's like, hey man, or he's British. Oi mate, I'm gonna get on this boat. I'm gonna get on this boat, yeah, and take down the criminals. Yeah, like he's so he's like, all right, I'm gonna infiltrate this fucking boat. Find out what's going on. Get my revenge.
Get to the bottom of this. Yeah,
like, I gotta.
He's always seeking revenge. He's always seeking revenge, either for himself or for somebody else.
It's always a reluctant revenge too. He's not like outright, I'm gonna go. Except for Fast and Furious, he was like, "Man, fuck you. You killed my. Killed my
but he's always right. He's always like a really good guy, and like the good people around him have been harmed, and so he has to use his very special set of skills to enact revenge on this the otherwise hopeless. For the sake of these hopeless people that have been wronged. It's just like I'm just like, you know what?
It's the same thing.
Why not?
Over again, but it works so well.
It works, yeah.
And in this one, he gets on the boat, and from there is where the story really starts to develop. Things take off. There's I forgot her name, Ellis. She's almost a nothing character in this. I will say that a lot of the characters outside of Jason Statham, these characters are bad. Like they're written like shit. They're performed like shit.
Sounds about right.
They are dog shit. Like this is not. If you go into this movie expecting fucking Oppenheimer, Odyssey, Brand New Day,
that's not what I want.
If you genuinely think anything beyond like, this is not a Tubi movie, but it's also not like I'm watching this in IMAX type shit. You know, if you think anything like that.
Slightly heightened Steven Seagal movie.
Yeah,
what I think. It's like what Steven Seagal used to do before he completely like was like, "Fuck this."
Before he sat in a chair and sniped for
exactly before he started rolling around.
Are you really as good as they say? Sometimes. Fire.
Sometimes, mate. Remember, he was black, he was Jamaican or whatever. But no. But I think that's, and we're talking a little bit about this in the group chat with David, and it's like that's more than what I need these movies to be, right? And we talked about it a little bit at the beginning. Is like when I go to see a Jason Statham like action movie, I just want the action to be cool. That like bare minimum. That's it. Good stunts, good action, and just be like, oh, that was a good hour and a half. That was like I got like kind of like hype seeing him fight motherfuckers. That's it. I really don't give a fuck about the story. I don't give a fuck about the character. Like I don't. That's not what I'm gonna go see these movies for, you know. And I think most people don't. So if it delivers on the one thing I need it to deliver on, then we're good. Everything else is a plus. But it seems like that is
100% what this movie is. Like I knew what I was getting into. At this point, you know what a Jason Statham film is, unless you see some other names attached to it, then you have to start wondering, okay, what is he really going to be doing here? But for the most part, he's doing the same shit. The action is top tier. He's going crazy the whole time. I think it starts off even when they get ambushed. I'm like, okay, they're doing a lot of the gun work. Him driving, I'm like, this is very Transporter-esque. He's driving a fucking Audi, so they're calling back to, hey man, I know what you did. So like, it's
the same filmmaker who directed the Assault on Precinct 13 and most recently Plane. Yeah, your favorite movie, Plane.
Fucking hell.
Jean-Francois Richet.
This guy also makes the same fucking movie over and over again.
Yeah, but again, they know he knows what he's doing. He knows his lane. He knows what he's good at. He's made a bunch of French stuff too.
He should go back to France and keep making French movies, bro. This ain't it.
This ain't it. He makes the same stuff in France, though. It's a bunch of like stuff. Exactly.
Is it like what's it called? What was that movie that Paul Walker did? It's a remake.
13. No.
Or there's a cameo in this new
Brick Mansions. Brick Mansions.
Yeah.
It's a remake of a French film with the guy from what's his fucking name? That's not Jean-Claude Van Damme. Anyways, I'm getting a little sidetracked. But that guy makes that type of movie. It's some type of action. They're jumping through shit, climbing shit, and kicking shit. And that's what Jason Statham does in this movie. He's on the boat. He's searching around for clues, trying to get some evidence on what's going on, figure out who killed his boss. And he uncovers a shipping container with immigrants in it. And now we have human trafficking at play. Wow. So this has gone from a revenge story to, oh mate, I gotta save these. I gotta save these. Where are they from? These locals. I think they were from. I think they were from Thailand too. I'm pretty sure they were from Thailand because they're speaking Thai.
That makes sense.
Like, oh yeah, I gotta save these Thai people. Yeah, I gotta save my peoples and get back to the boat and figure out who killed me, whoever smoked me, boss. Yeah,
that's not how he talks.
It is today.
I thought he was playing a clip of him.
I'll find out who smoked me, boss.
Homelander done did me did me wife. Homelander did me wife. My fault, Jason Statham. Please don't kill me.
Jason Statham, Carl Urban action duo win.
You know what? I'd pay to see that.
Jason Statham as Billy Butcher win.
On SNL, he could kill that.
He would call Huey a bitch like every 5 seconds and like fucking kick. He wouldn't even be worried about making
the action
bombs
would actually
and shit.
be good in that fuck ass show.
Yeah.
Anyways,
he would.
He finds the what's it called, the container. He's like, now we're trying to get these folks out of this container, figure out what the fuck's going on. It's like we've added so many different. We added another plot to this, and then the lady character, she's like, I'm just trying to get back to my daughter. Obviously, she's not one of the bad guys. You know, she works for the same company, but she's not a bad person.
Right. She's there reluctantly. She's a reluctant, member of this horrific whatever the fuck is going on.
Now, the thing for me where this movie started, like, it was like, oh, dog. Like I said, I know I'm here for the action. I know I'm here for the fun of it all. But my God, please hire some actors who can actually fucking act a little bit, because the entire save for Jason Statham and the female character Ellis, everybody else is so dog shit that it hurt to hear them talk. I was like, just shut up and just start shooting. Just start shooting the guns. Just start fighting. I don't want to hear nothing. The captain, his delivery is like,
It's Annabelle Wallace. Yeah, she's like a real actress.
That's what I'm saying. Like she's just her character's just written like shit. It's not her fault. The character's just written like dog shit.
Yeah.
But what's it called? The delivery of all the other lines, like the captain will be saying, "Get down." He'll like get down to the bay and secure the shit or whatever. And it's like, oh, he's fucking down there. Go down there and secure the fucking bay. I'm like, bro, what are you saying? What are we doing? What are we doing? They came in. Nah, it's like they came to the set that day and they were given the script that same day and they recorded the first read through.
I mean, Matt,
nothing else.
You say that as a joke, but
that's probably what happened.
This movie was made. Yes, like that's not far from the truth. They showed up day of. They're like lines and action, and then they did it and they forgot their lines, and the director's like, "Great, moving on."
He was like, "What? How long do we have to rehearse this? Like rehearse? The camera's rolling right now. Yeah. Fuck, nigga, like let's go.
Only thing
we got time for this."
Yeah, they filmed the whole movie in 3 days.
Yeah, and those 2 of those days were just full of action. They threw
and this acting.
It's so bad, and even like there's at some point we get the U.S. Navy gets involved, which like.
Of course.
Dog. What are y'all doing all the way over in Thailand?
The real heroes.
Raising so many questions for me.
What do you mean, what are they doing? You know exactly what they're doing over in Thailand, brother. They're trying to get their merchandise back. fuck you mean, bro? Come on now.
Crazy.
Come on, brother.
No, there's like a boat of Navy officers there, and they're like, oh, we got a distress signal from this boat. What was the distress signal? Because Annabelle Wallace hits a button. It's like the code was attack, sir. And I was like, this is so cheesy and head ass, but whatever. Then they deploy some SEALs. The SEALs can't fucking act. You can tell these guys are either actual military,
real SEALs, yeah,
or there's some dudes who just happen to be like just pluck some niggas from LA Fitness.
You got a beard.
They're like, you're swole. You got a beard. Can you hold a gun?
Swole tattoos. You look racist.
You look corn fed. Get over here, man.
How much can you bench? Come on, let's go.
Perfect. Don't worry about it.
That's exactly how it was. And of course, you know, he's throughout the movie. Jason Statham, Cole Reed is fighting through the ship level by level, and he encounters obstacles. He gets stuck in some place. He has to climb through a vent. Like it's fun. Don't get me wrong. It's fun. Just do not worry about good performance.
It's a bad movie, bad movie, but it's like a good action. Like, yeah, it's a good time, whatever.
Like there's a thing of when I say a movie's bad. If I say a movie's bad and like it's genuinely bad, I'm gonna be like, this movie's fucking dog shit. Don't watch it. Like what's it called? What was that one Ice Cube was in?
No,
War of the Worlds. I'll be like, look, that movie's
fucking
fucking dog shit. Do not watch that shit. Everybody involved should be tried at the Hague. That's how bad it is. This movie, is it bad? Yes, but it's so fun. You can overlook that. Okay. You can definitely overlook the flaws of this movie because, like I said, you're not going in here expecting freaking Schindler's List, bro, or Shawshank Redemption. If you're expecting that, you really need to start tempering your expectations with movies. But all in all, I did give this a 2 at the end of the day.
That's crazy.
I cannot forgive.
This movie was so fun. I gave it a 2.
It's like a 2 to a 2.5. I cannot forgive the line delivery at all. Wow, I can forgive the shoddy plot. I can forgive the writing for some of the characters. I cannot forgive the performance because like at that point I was like, what these niggas on, man?
Is that
what
bad?
These niggas on? I was in this movie is gonna do numbers on TNT and FX when in the immigrant households, bro. This shit gonna be talked about at Christmas time, I promise you. But as far as like being it's not gonna do anything to change the landscape of filmmaking. It didn't do anything extraordinary, but it's so fun. So that's okay. Sometimes you just need to watch a movie to have fun. I'm not here to. I already watched. I got my fix last couple of weeks. We watched what's it called? Almost Oppenheimer again. Odyssey, Brand New Day, bro. What was I watched the week before? I've watched a lot of really good films. I rewatched the Batman the other night. I'm like, I'm seeing good films. So this is my one little. It's not that good, but we're gonna have fun type film. So, like I said, 2 to 2.5. It's not a weak 2. If it's really bad, I've been like it's barely a 2. But this is okay. It's tolerable.
It's enough.
It'll make do, you know.
Yeah.
So it's what's it called, a drought buster type shit. So a slump buster.
Slump Buster. That's crazy. Yeah. That's crazy.
And
No,
speaking
that's
of no, I'm not gonna
speaking
say
of
that.
a Slump Buster.
I'm gonna say
Speaking
speaking
of
bust.
busting,
Luis about to bust his review real quick.
I'm about to bust out this review of Teenage Sex and Death at Camp Miasma. So, Teenage Sex and Death at Camp Miasma is one of my favorite movies of the year so far. Like, hands down, it's top 10. I think it is an incredible film. It's the latest Jane Schoenbrunn film. If you're not familiar with Jane Schoenbrunn, she her previous film is I Saw a TV Glow, which is one of my favorite movies of that year. And then also Let's All Go to the World's Fair, which was her
The
first,
Justice Smith joint.
Yeah, the Justice Smith joint, which was Let's All Go to the World's Fair was her first directorial effort. But Teenage Sex and Death and Camp Miasma is basically it's a movie. Here's the story. It's about Chris, like an indie darling filmmaker who made it big at Sundance. She is writing and directing a reboot of the Camp Miasma series. Camp Miasma is basically like an amalgamation of all these horror slasher movies, these slasher sleepaway camp movies. And she is tasked with writing and directing the reboot for that franchise. And she's kind of like in an artistic / creative inspirational slump. So she thinks that it would be a good idea to reach out to the star of the original Camp Miasma movie, played by Gillian Anderson, Billy. And then they have like this, they meet and they have like this experience, you can't really say much without like ruining the movie, but like that's the whole driving force of the plot as she meets Billy, so that she can kind of get inspiration for her reboot, and then the movie happens. But it's like, and I know I'm not saying much, but I think it's really kind of important to go into this film without knowing anything really. But man, I just thought it was absolutely incredible. Like all of Jane Schoenbrunn's films, visually, it's just so visually dynamic. Jane has such an incredible eye, and it's like unmatched. It's like, I think no other like filmmaker under 45 like can match her like visual palette. It's just incredible. And I think I really like the themes that this is playing with, right? Like Jane Schoenbrunn is really leaning in on like nostalgia and like IP, and like how studios really rely on IP and rely on young up and coming filmmakers to kind of reboot this zombie IP to make it interesting and fresh, but without giving them the reins of like the creative control. So it's kind of like, it's not a satire necessarily. It feels like Jane is really kind of pulling from her real life and then just kind of like dealing with that and kind of like those disappointments through her art. But not only that, it speaks about like sex and sexuality. And I think that this really interesting theme that this movie touches on, which was like kind of like the main driving force for me, was this idea of horror and horror movies, and kind of like that we know it's not real, we know it's fake, but kind of like that allure that it has, right? Like that, for lack of a better term, the sexiness that comes with like watching, teenagers have sex and get murdered, and all the violence and all the gore, like the allure of that, and then relating that to actual sex and sexuality when you're coming of age, and just kind of like how those two things can be, both alluring and scary and kind of dangerous, and that's just something that I thought was really, really, really cool. And of course, Jane being a trans woman, their kind of thoughts on gender and sexuality, and how that can inform kind of like your life experiences, right? And kind of them looking back at their life now through the lens of being a trans woman filmmaker, and just, I don't know, and their obsession and their love for physical media really comes through, and that makes sense considering it's about a filmmaker, right, making a movie and being in love with movies. And it's like, I know a lot of this is very vague, right, but it's like I said, you really have to experience this movie without really knowing much about it to kind of take away what I think the film is meant for you to take away. And I think they did an incredible job with the casting. I mean, Hannah Einbinder, I'd never seen her act before. I haven't seen Hacks. So this is really like my first time really ever being exposed to her. She's absolutely incredible. I think she's awesome. She's like charming and she's funny, but she's also a very talented actress. So that's something that you really need when you're going up against Gillian Anderson, who is out of her fucking mind, incredible in this movie. She's so fucking good. She's, Gillian Anderson from X-Files fame, like she is an icon, right? And so this movie does a really good job of playing with audience expectations because, she's like she's a what's it called, a sex icon from
sex symbol.
Sex symbol is exactly, yeah. She's a sex symbol from that time, and so this is about an old, like washed up actress, right? And like
my goat washed,
like her past and stuff like that. And so that's just very smart casting to do that. And then not only that, but you have someone like who's also incredibly talented. It's beautiful and it's gorgeous, not only to look at, but I think it's just the story and it's also about like desire and love and lust and being okay, being okay with who you are and what you are and what you want and who you want and stuff like that. And so it's just the themes are very human and very real, and they're just kind of amplified through this very magical and extraordinary lens, right? Like oftentimes you're like, what am I seeing? Is this real? Like what's going on? But then also like Jane, I don't know, their implementation of like slasher and those slasher themes, those slasher elements. And and then the last thing, and then I'll shut the fuck up. I don't know if you guys are familiar with a movie called Sleepaway Camp. It's kind of like an iconic slasher film. Okay. You know how that ends, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So the ending of that film, spoiler for a movie that's like 40 years old, but that movie ends and it turns out that the killer is this little girl, one of the campers in the movie who we've been seeing throughout the entire movie, and it turns out she's actually a boy. She was a boy who and the final image is like a very shocking, like jarring image of her like doing a really scary face and her penis is out, and we've been led to believe she was a girl this entire time. She's actually killing everybody and she's a boy.
Which movie is this?
It's called Sleepaway Camp. It's like a slasher from the 80s, 70s, something like that.
I want to say 80s.
Yeah. But anyway, so that film is very iconic and it's one of like it's very like influential, but obviously looking at it back through like modern lens, right? It's also incredibly problematic and inherently problematic because of how it villainizes and trans folk, right? And it's like, oh, the bad person, the evil person in this film is a trans person, and their transness is kind of looked upon as kind of like this horrific, scary, terrifying thing, So it's very problematic. And then, but Jane really takes that theme and is speaking on it. They're like, it's very, you can't watch this movie and all the themes that and kind of the character that Hannah Einbinder's character and what she's going through and not think of that movie, right? But Jane is aware of this, but they're also kind of like, hey, I understand people wanting to be on their high horse and being kind of like morally superior to others, but sometimes it's okay to enjoy things and just enjoy them and let them be, right? And I think that that's also a very interesting theme to grapple with, right? Who am I as a cishet man to tell anybody how they should or should not feel about that movie, which I really enjoy and I think is kind of iconic. But for Jane to be like, hey, I understand that the art that we consume, depending on when you look at it, can be incredibly influential and incredibly important to you as a person, right? And then as you grow up, like you have that hindsight 2020, you can be like, that's kind of problematic and that's kind of like icky, but God damn it, I really do still enjoy it, and that's okay. That does not dictate your morality, right? As
that Blade Runner love scene
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Aged horribly. That movie's still really fucking good.
Exactly. The problematic art that you once indulged in as a young person that was really
Like Pirates of the
influential to you,
Caribbean.
that you really enjoyed, right? Once you get older and you realize a lot of this, the world's not whatever, does not dictate nor determine your morality as a person. And I think that that's a very important theme to touch on in today's day and age specifically, right? When moral superiority seems to be a thing that is oftentimes waged, we often wage against one another. So who better to make a statement like that in such a beautiful way than Jane Schoenbrunn, who's they're one of those filmmakers where I'm like, I will check out everything they do just because I think they're so talented and whatever they make is so interesting, right? Regardless of how you feel about the final product and whether you like it or not, I'm really kind of like excited about their ability to just say, fuck it. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to make, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it on my terms. And I just think that's incredible. But yeah, I gave this movie 4 out of 5 stars. It's like,
That's really high for him, guys.
No, it's not. Yeah, I hate everything. Yeah.
He does.
No, when Mutiny gets 4.5 stars, brother, we'll talk. When I give it 4.5 stars,
he's gonna do it just to fucking
just to
satisfy me. Yeah.
Nah,
it's incredible. I think you should check it out, man. I know you're a little bit, you're kind of apprehensive about like engaging in stuff that's like exists in this world of like magical realism, and I understand that because you know how you felt for in regards to I Love Boosters, but I think you got
I was like, man, what do you mean? I like all types of shit, bro.
No, I know, but I'm saying
like Atlanta was bad.
But it's like stuff, the 3rd season. It's like when stuff is like has a much higher barrier of entry. I can understand why you kind of like push back on that a little bit, but I think that this film, because it's not satire, because it takes itself seriously, those kind of like a little bit, those elements of magical realism and that kind of like elevated like exaggeration of things, whether it be tone, themes, color, whatever, performance style and stuff like that. I think it's much easier to latch onto and buy in because it's not supposed to be funny and it's not supposed to make you feel like, it's just very earnest. Jane Schoenbrunn's a very earnest filmmaker. And I just think that really helps this film. And yeah, it's beautiful and it's incredible and everybody should check it out.
I feel like I'm going to enjoy this film for that, but also just regardless, because I don't know. I've seen the online discourse. Everyone loves Hannah Einbinder from Hacks. Me, I ain't seen no Hacks, but I guess it's good. I'm gonna have to check it out eventually.
It's won every Emmy.
What's it on?
Whatever. HBO.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll probably watch it after I get through all my other.
He's got that lady from Watchmen, I think, and I like her.
Yeah. I think
Jean Smart.
Maybe I don't know.
Is she in Watchmen? No.
The old lady who plays
I don't know. Anyways,
Carla Gugino.
No, from the HBO, the show.
Oh, from the show.
I was
like, is Jean Smart Spectre? And anyways, I'd have to look.
Anyways, the point is like I'd watch this because where I had reservations with I Love Boosters, I didn't have them as bad in I Want Your Sex.
Yeah.
And low key, I don't know. I might get crucified for this, but I think it might just be me and Boots Riley. We might need to have a conversation.
What do you have against black communists, Matt?
Nothing. I love.
He was begging people to watch his movie. Fuck that guy.
He was what?
He said, guys, there's still tickets.
What? As a filmmaker, you have to do that. It's a small film.
No, you let promote
widely released.
You gotta do.
You got to promote your shit. Yeah.
And I encourage people to watch it.
When a movie I'm in is
I'm tweeting,
I'm
all 20 of my followers gonna know.
Everybody gonna know exactly.
I'll tattoo it on people's arms. I don't care what
everybody's shit up.
Yeah, but no, the thing with like I think maybe for me, what I was expecting throughout the course of the movie, maybe something changed. I don't know. I didn't dislike it. I'll say that. Yeah. But I think there's I don't know. Maybe it was too heavy-handed for me. Who knows? We'll see. But I feel like after watching, I Want Your Sex, I think that one after seeing if I saw it the other way around, if I watched I Want Your Sex first, then I watched I Love Boosters, I'd probably be like, whoa, this might be too much. I think seeing that first kind of shaved a certain expectation or a reaction I would have got.
And that's why I'm saying, like, this is also, it's not absurdist and it's not a comedy. It's really funny, but it's not like, that's not the point, is what I'm saying. So I think you'll respond to this much better because you've been kind of like microdosing
I think I mega dosed
stuff that is like much more elevated, right? Thematically and stylistically, specifically, is what I mean. So I think that this would be a really good. You like that? I Want Your Sex, which is kind of like absurdity light, and then I Love Boosters, which is kind of like maximalist.
Absurd maxing,
and it's absurd. It was absurd maxing, exactly. So, and I think this is a nice, middle ground in regards to that and your kind of tolerance for it. So I'd say check it out, and I think you'd really like it too, Fabio, because you liked I Saw the TV Glow, correct?
Yes, that one was good.
It was very good.
That was a real movie made by a real artist
instead of as opposed to
Boots.
Stop.
No,
we're not. Boots is
we're not beefing. I do like
Boots.
Boots.
Is awesome.
I like Boots as a person.
You don't like his movies are hard for you.
I fuck with him being a communist. I like the guy. I think he needs
he's
a
great dude.
It's like me. It's like me with Mark Ruffalo. Don't think he's a good actor, but man, do I like that.
Exactly.
I like him as a person.
It's the same situation.
It is. I don't think Mark Ruffalo is a good actor. In fact, I quite detest him. I'm kind of allergic to him. But man, do I love him as a person. I think he's cool as fuck, and I love how real he is. But yeah. Anyways, Teenage Sex and Death and Cat Miasma, it fucking rips. Check it out.
What was your rating again?
4 out of 5 stars. Yeah.
Well, since we're talking about giving stars and talking about Michelin stars.
Who's talking about Michelin star?
I don't know. I was trying to do a transition. There's another one I had earlier, but I botched it because I went back.
Michelin.
Yeah. Speaking of stars, here's Michelin.
You said because it's they're cool and real and authentic. I was like, speaking of being cool and real and authentic, let's talk about honestly my favorite biopic of this year. There's only 2 that I've seen this year anyway. So
what was the other one?
Michael.
Oh. Oof.
Yeah, this one is my favorite, bro. This is probably one of the better biopics that we've gotten in recent years. We're talking about Tony, a look into the life of a young Anthony Bourdain. May he rest in peace. And the tagline, I'm gonna read it. I want to read it word for word so I don't get it wrong. But it's a quote straight from Anthony Bourdain. Let's go, Tony.
Oh, I thought you had this shit pulled up already.
I did, but my phone lagging.
It's directed by Matt Johnson. Matt Johnson, who directed Blackberry, who directed Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie. I think
who also directed Stabby Baby's new special.
Stabby Baby's new special coming out on the 26th.
Oh, we watching that?
Right? Yeah. Matt Johnson. I think Matt Johnson is a really talented filmmaker who I'm a huge fan of. Nirvana, the band, the show was one of my favorite movies. It's one of my favorite movies of the It's one of my favorite movies of the year. That movie's fucking hilarious if you haven't checked it out. But have you found the quote, Matt?
Yes, it said, "I was, to be frank, a spoiled, miserable, narcissistic, self-destructive, and thoughtless young lout, and badly in need of a good ass kicking." And let me tell you something, guys. That is spot on for this movie. I feel like Dominic Sessa captured what was needed for a young Anthony Bourdain. The Anthony Bourdain that I grew up with and grew up watching was this very explorative, going out and trying new things, very much like a cool dude, chill, put together. And then after reading that quote and then seeing this film, I can see the growth and maturity that it took to get to this point from where he started. And it makes it honestly actually makes me even more sad that he's gone. Because
that George H.W. Bush biopic where he's an alcoholic and he's a bad kid. But they're the same guy.
Let me just kind of explain what the movie is really quickly, and it'll be super fast. This movie just takes place in a very brief period of time in Anthony Bourdain's life, which I think is an incredible bit of filmmaking. I think that was very smart to do. And it's just like a summer in college. He's like in college, and he lives for a summer in Provincetown, Rhode Island, right? And where he works his first job working in a kitchen. And that's what and he goes out there chasing a girl who is ultimately, he becomes his first wife, his first wife in real life. All right. And that's what this movie is. It's about a young kid who, a young man who wants to be a writer, right? And he's very arrogant and very full of himself. And he's very kind of like brazen, right? And he thinks he's better than, right, everyone and everything. But he's also kind of lame and a loser, right?
He's a dork, bro.
And he's a dork. Yeah, exactly. And then throughout the course of this summer, right, the relationships that he makes, the friendships that he builds, the interactions that he has, the experiences that kind of shape and form him for the better and for the worse, right? And I just think that it was just awesome. But yeah, keep going, Matt. So this really,
I think it really like, from a filmmaking standpoint, it spoke to me. From an acting standpoint, it spoke to me, and just from a story, because like I said, we've all at some point, everyone here and everyone on this planet has heard of Anthony Bourdain to some extent. You know, whether you know him for his food stuff, or you know about how he passed, whatever it may be. So everyone has had some exposure to Anthony Bourdain. And on my review, I said this introduced me to a chapter of his life that I didn't know about. I haven't read his book yet. It's sitting on my to be read list, Kitchen Confidential. And that's where they adapted for this biopic. But seeing this chapter in Anthony's life it's unique in terms of biopics. You know, usually biopics you get from the beginning of their life to whenever they, like, if they die or if their current status in life.
Cradle to grave is what it's called.
Yeah. And I prefer stuff like this because, I mean, for most of these biopics, they do that. You already know how the story ends. So you're really just watching to see what happens from point A to point B.
Well, this just works better, right? When you have a more concise, more focused story, it's just going to work out better, right? But like when you do a cradle to grave, it's just too much information, too much time. It's too overloaded. You're going to miss stuff. You're not going to miss stuff. Who gets to determine and dictate what aspects are important to tell, which ones are not? Like, you know, so yeah, I also agree that I think that this was the best way they could have handled it, which was focusing on one very specific portion of his life.
And also, like I said, from a filmmaking standpoint, it's shot real well to me. I know some people on Letterboxd are like, I didn't like it, blah, blah. I'm like, shut up, bro. Shut the fuck
Michael
up.
Bauman, it's PTA cinematographer.
Yeah. Fuck Paul Thomas Anderson, but this guy, he got it. This guy, he got it. You know,
he got the goods.
He knows who to hire.
There's a specific scene that I also put in my review. There's a scene where it's Antonio Banderas. Phenomenal performances, by the way. Let's start. Let me talk about the performances before I get into that scene. Antonio Banderas plays a chef. What was his name again? Vittel. Whatever his name is, he plays a huge impact on. Let me see. Jose Vittel. Yes, he plays a big impact on Anthony's, outlook on life. He's so dead set on being a writer, but he finds this love for whatever he's doing in the kitchen, and that prompts him to be getting into culinary arts. I think Antonio Banderas plays his character so well. Also, Antonio's a very lovable guy, dude. Like, I don't think I've seen a movie of his where I'm like, I don't fucking like you. Like, you're not a good actor. Yeah, he's a phenomenal performer and just a cool ass dude. Like, I watched Baby Girl and I was feeling so bad for him the whole time. I was like, why would you do it? He's so fucking cool. That's my fucking guy. Let's Puss in Boots, bro.
And to add on that, I think when speaking about performances, Leo Woodall, I think, is incredible in this movie, bro, as well.
He plays a dickhead.
Is that
fucking well?
Yeah, that is Tuner. Yeah.
That's not Wolverine.
Yes, it is. Anyway, he plays Sal, but that's, I think I wanted to mention that because when you're talking about Antonio Banderas, I think you have to mention Leo Woodall as well, because these two characters in the narrative kind of represent the two sides of Tony, right? The two paths that Tony can make, right? Because Leo Woodall plays Sal. He's kind of like he's one of the workers in Chef's Kitchen, and he's like smokes cigarettes, bro. He's tatted up.
Doing heroin.
He fucks bitches. He has sex with random women. He goes to college parties and has sex with freshmen. You know, like he's like, he does heroin. Like he's like,
scummy.
He's a scummy.
He's
cool,
not a good dude.
Dude, he's not a good guy,
yeah.
right? But there's something very alluring and attractive about him and his lifestyle to a young man like Tony, right? Like there's something very, if you're a guy who's kind of a dork who gets no play, right? There's something very alluring about the cool. He hooks Tony on smoking cigarettes, right? There's something very alluring about this.
The guy who seemingly has it figured out and is like that guy,
right? or lives a life and is very comfortable living this kind of scummy life. Exactly. But he's like, oh, he has a job, he gets girls, he smokes weed, he has a good time, he drinks a bar. Like, what else could you want, right? Yeah, and if you're a 20-year-old kid trying to figure out your life, that can be very alluring, right? And then there's Chef, who's like, I see the potential in you. You remind me a lot of myself, and you know, you're such a good kid. Like, you can do a lot. Like, this is for you. Like, this is what you need to be doing. Like, and so, you know, there's literally the angel and the devil on his shoulder, right?
Yes.
What do you do as a young man, and how do you balance
two paths in the wood diverge?
Exactly. And that was just really cool to see, because not once did I ever feel like, look at these two different paths that Tony could take. No, it's just like, look at these people who he's interacting with and how they affect his life, how everybody that you have ever interacted with affect you and impact you, whether it be in small ways or little ways, without you even realizing it, right? And I really like that motif of them, like Leo, Sal just blast cigarettes all day, every day. And by the end of the movie, Tony's just fucking blasting cigarettes. And I'm just like, yeah, like that is really, like, that is how it works. Even if he is a terrible guy, there's a like something about his coolness and these little ticks and idiosyncrasies that Sal had that really rubbed off on Tony. But then also all the good things about Chef and kind of like what he is and what he represents also did. And so it's like really cool to see the journey of the character of Tony from the beginning of the film to the end of the film. And at the end, he is not the Anthony Bourdain we all know and love that we remember growing up, right? But you can see how the guy at the end of this movie becomes the Anthony Bourdain, the legendary, iconic Anthony Bourdain. And that was so incredible to see, because oftentimes you're like, well, they didn't get that right, or he's doing an impression that's too gimmicky, whatever. Dominic Sessa does such an incredible job of capturing that essence, right, of Anthony Bourdain at the end of the movie, but then also playing kind of like a dorkier, like lamer version of him, and kind of seeing him grow into that was just so fucking incredible. But yeah, so, and then also at the mentions, we're talking about performances, Stavi fucking baby,
my fucking goat. My goat. I'm about to tweet him again, but like, bro, please.
He's legit really, really fucking good in this movie.
This felt like you're so
better than Tires.
I don't know if you can't match that. But
this gave me, so we love a good little found family story. We love a good. We've worked in restaurants where this shit is like. This is like watching shit I've been through, right? So The Bear, you have the Facts, who are ungodly amounts of hilarious. This felt like having both Facts in one person working in the actual restaurant with Stavi. That was a great addition to this this cast. I'm sure there's somebody in there in Anthony's real life who was just like that. And there's there in every kitchen, bro. I worked in Buffalo Wild Wings. We had shit like that. This movie layers the dramatic aspects of the biopic with comedy so well. It's like a very well made piece of cake.
It's hilarious.
I love this film. I gave this, like, I when I saw the trailer, I was like, this is an Oscar. This is at the very least Oscar noms, please.
I don't think so.
I don't know if it can win anything, but these guys are onto something.
I think it's too I think it's too non-traditional in regards to a biopic.
Would you say, since we're speaking of Oscar-nominated biopics, better or worse than Complete Unknown, for example?
It's a better hang. It's a better time.
Better vibes.
You know something?
It's more fun.
If Boyd Holbrook was not in Complete Unknown, this would be an automatic wash of that.
No. I think it's also and
different. Monica Barbaro.
They're very different for sure.
I think it's very different. It's also hard to compare. I like Anthony Bourdain a lot more than I like Bob Dylan.
True.
And I liked
and I like Dominic Sessa more than I like Timothy Chalamet right now.
That's what I'm saying. He's coming for a spot, but I'm not a Bob Dylan fan, but I enjoyed A Complete Unknown. I love Anthony Bourdain, and I really like this movie. They're just two different things, and I think Matt Johnson and fucking what's his name, the motherfucker who directed Venom. I'm blanking.
Venom.
I got you.
Anyways, they're two different filmmakers with completely different sensibilities, and I think, just like personally, I vibe and I click more with Matt Johnson, the kind of person he is, and the stuff that he likes and the stuff that he responds to than I do.
Bro, James Mangold.
James Mangold, exactly. But it's also a generational thing, So, but also when we're speaking about performances, we forgot to mention. I think Emilia Jones, I think, is a really talented actress. I think she's one of the best young actresses working today.
Agree.
I think this is a nothing part. She's just the love interest.
Yeah, she's
just the love
interest. She's not even really doing anything the whole time.
But I think she's such a
great.
She's such a charming and talented and kind of like alluring screen presence that you're just like, yeah, this chick is. I get it. I understand why Tony would be infatuated with this person. But I think her role is nothing. She does the best she can. But Emilia is a really good actress, and I think she does the best with what she's got. And I just want to mention Antonio. I know you talked about him already, but yeah, man, he's incredible in this movie. Again, another great use of casting against and using kind of like we talked about it with Matt Damon when they when in the Odyssey about how when you cast a movie star in a movie, you cast the entire history that the audience has with this performer when it comes to, and you don't cast Antonio Banderas and not be like, that's just one of the most, and you don't sit in the audience watch him and you can't not be like, this is one of the most charming, most handsome men that has ever walked the face of the earth, right?
Bro, Spy Kids.
I know, and seeing that,
Desperado?
And there's a lot of that in Chef,
Glory.
but there's also a lot of earnestness. I think this is the softest and quietest I've ever seen Antonio as a performer, and kind of the most internalized I've seen one of his characters, and I was really surprised to see that from him. I know he's an incredible actor. Pain and Glory, any Almodovar movie he's done, I think he's incredible. But man, this was really a really good use of him because it was so he felt so warmed and so fatherly and so like there's just something so tender and sweet about him and Tony's relationship in this movie, and he was so good. I'm just a huge fan of him, and he can do no wrong in my book. And I thought that this was pitch perfect casting.
Agree 100%, man. I'm always gonna love Antonio Banderas whenever he's in. I knew that he was gonna be more of the, how do you say, not the more emotional part of the movie, but I guess you can say that. One of the like you said, more tender, softer side of the movie.
What's it called? I get exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, there's a word there I'm trying to find, but
yeah, me too,
I can't find it. But whatever it is what Antonio brings to this film, and it's beautiful. It's an incredible mentor-mentee relationship. He's the reluctant, I'm going to listen to this chef guy who must know what he's talking about. I'm hard-headed. I want to be a writer, blah, 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 blah. And Antonio is still whittling away at this hard-headed ass kid, trying to work with him and trying to make him, mold him into something better for himself.
Yeah. And the movie, I think, also does a really good, like, it's like typical biopic, typical kind of like, in order for the character to grow, there has to be trials and tribulations, ups and downs, right? Climax and all that stuff. And despite there's some not great things that happen in the movie, right? There's some less than favorable things that Tony does or says and actions that he may partake in, but it's like, and things that happen because of that. And it's like, but despite all these things, the movie's ending and like the movie's like tone and the movie's message, like it never falters, right? It's still hopeful and it's still sweet and it's still beautiful. And I think, I really, really like that, right? Because I think it would be really easy to fall into this trap of making it, okay, well, now this is supposed to be sad and heartbreaking, and we're just gonna really like throw the audience for a roller coaster. Now everyone's like crying, and it's like, no, it's like, yeah, shitty stuff happens, and okay, this kind of sucks, but the movie really lands the plane, and they really make you, not forget what they're trying to say, and never lose sight of that. And I think that's handled beautifully. I don't know, man. I really, 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 really like this movie.
I'm right there with you. This is top notch. I mean, like, we say all the time, like August areas usually when there's like weaker films. This is definitely not a weaker film of the year. This is a 4 out of 5 stars for me. And I believe that when all is said and done, when we look back at the many, many, many biopics that we've been given, this will sit amongst the top. And I'm not saying that because of recency bias, because I fuck with Dominic Sessa's aura right now. No, I'm saying that because like I genuinely think this is a great, well put together film. And I know contrasting it with Michael, I don't think that's fair to either film, because Michael is trying to capture from youth to about the 80s area. That's a long.
What happened at around that time? I wonder that made them stop, because there's still plenty of story left. Anyway, I'm joking. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Little group of people who I can't discuss on camera for reasons.
But
they're trying to cover. They're like we said earlier. Like this works really, really well. It feels like when you're reading a chapter of a book, or you're reading a book, right? And you find this one chapter that is like 40, 50 pages long, but it's so good and detailed and juicy. You want to reread that chapter again. Or like when you bite into a really, really good steak. Sorry for using a cooking metaphor with this movie about a chef.
And then you dip it in A1 sauce.
I ain't dipping no really good steak in A1 sauce. That's that Texas
Roadhouse
shit.
Nothing wrong with A1. Nothing wrong with A1.
When you get like a premium Wagyu cut steak, just something so good in marble, you take that first bite and it melts on your tongue. You're like, I want to just keep eating it and I want to savor it. That's what this felt like. I do.
Keep eating that meat, boy.
You gotta keep eating the meat, bro. Shit good, bro. I feel like Michael was like it's a good steak, but like we can come back and get this again later. This is like you're only gonna get this once or twice in your life type shit. So I really applaud Matt Johnson for putting such a great story, a great chapter from a legendary iconic member of the culinary community onto the screen like this. Like I'm still like, I might go back and watch it again soon, my
girlfriend really, really enjoyed it too. She really likes Anthony Bourdain. Is when she's like, oh, I didn't know this was a biopic about Anthony Bourdain. She's like, oh god. Before we watched, she was like, boring, because she's like, biopics suck. But we walked out of it and she was like, oh, that was incredible. I really, 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 really loved that, and I really, really, really enjoyed that, and that was so much fun. And so, it really works kind of 4 quadrants. And I was just gonna say, it's a testament to what's his face?
Matt Johnson.
Sorry, it's a testament to Matt Johnson and his team, of writers and all the writers, about how well they were able to capture the essence of a person, in such a short amount of time. I mean, I know we keep mentioning that, but I just think that's such a important and it's such a big deal, right? When it comes to telling a story like this and in a film like this, the fact that you were able to, you're like, yeah, that's Anthony fucking Bourdain by the end of the movie, and it's only an hour and 45 minutes, and we only spend a summer in Tony's life, And so I don't know, man. It's just really, really wonderfully made, and it's just a great film.
Agreed, 100%. You just
Gerardo?
What's up?
You like Anthony Bourdain?
Yeah. I honestly, I wouldn't say like I'm a huge fan, just because I never watched
Parts Unknown.
I feel like that's his biggest thing, and I can't read.
Right.
But the clips I've seen,
got some
which
picture
I think
books.
are parts unknown, and the quotes I've read of him, like I think I can't remember the specifics, where he's like, once you visited said country, he's like, you never want to stop beating some politician to death with your bare hands. Like he was fucking based. He was cool, and I love his politics. I love his worldview. Rest in peace, Goat. But yeah, I like him. I like what little I know of him.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be cool to watch this movie.
I think
And
you also
you
like
said,
a lot of the people involved. You like obviously Stavi Baby. I
Stavi.
think you like Dominic.
Yeah.
I love Dom. Dom is awesome. And
You'll enjoy Leo Woodall too.
Yeah, I know. You're kind of like not the you haven't seen him much, so you're not aware of his power.
I don't know his aura,
his ability,
brother. You are not ready. He's him, bro.
Okay.
Honestly,
give him a chance.
Hear me out. Recast Johnny Storm.
Yes.
Recast Johnny Storm right now. You know what to do, Disney.
If he's
Call me.
Even 20% of who Decker Montgomery is, I'm okay with it.
Brother. Yes.
Bro. So imagine Decker Montgomery at the beginning of Power Rangers without any of the leadership development past getting the ring.
Imagine Billy, but not racist, and I'm with it.
Billy, I didn't know that character was racist. I didn't watch that bullshit.
Slightly, it's alluded. I don't know.
But, wait, what is that from?
Billy from Stranger Things.
I didn't watch that shit.
Stranger shit. Yeah, exactly.
Stranger shit. The strangest thing is, I ain't never watched no bullshit show like that.
Strangest thing is, I had time to kill.
The strangest thing is how y'all try to make that show a thing.
It was a thing. It was good for 2 seasons.
Oh, Dominic.
The only person that came out of that show and had a career is fucking Sadie Sink.
I thought you were gonna say Hellboy. What's his name?
David Harbour. Oh, David Harbour too.
He had a career before that.
Yeah, he's a working actor before.
He had bit parts. Yeah. That motherfucker's getting paid more now.
Yeah, that made him a star.
Yeah, he's big now. But yeah, I'm excited for this. Like you said, I like the people involved. I like the people in front and behind the camera, and PTA's fucking director, cinematographer. Yeah, this shit's. I'm with it. I'm gonna watch it.
You liked One Battle. It's the same guy who shot One Battle.
I liked parts of One Battle.
That's what I was saying earlier.
Now y'all are changing y'all's fucking tune.
There's a scene. There's a specific scene in this movie that is just Antonio and Dominic. No score. No dialogue, just them pouring fucking ketchup and making salt into the salt shakers. It's so beautiful. And that's like capital C cinema type shit. And I'm like, that's what I love about movies like this, or movies in general. I love good moments like that. A lot of movies try and like bank on, we're getting this elite performance, this great line delivery that's gonna sell the scene. Or the line delivery is cool, but like we have this pounding score in the background from I'm not going to just start naming composers because people think I'm talking shit about other movies. Just name a composer who has a cool score. They put in the movie. They're like, this makes the scene. This manages to do that without anything like that, and it's so succinct.
And a testament to how great this movie looks. It's like a lot of it takes place in a kitchen. In a little almost dive bar-esque kind of restaurant,
That's a small kitchen.
And they managed to make it look beautiful. This whole movie looks beautiful, and it's those kinds of things that I was like, man, this is why Matt Johnson rules. Like the fact that because it would be easy to kind of be like, whatever, I have to do a fucking Anthony Bourdain biopic, okay, whatever. But the fact that they managed to take it the time they did writing the script, making it as good as it is, and then hiring the cinematographer that they did, because they're like, no, we want this to look good, when it's so easily could have looked like shit. I just think it's like, that's the kind of love and passion, dedication that it takes to make good shit. And so I applaud them and I appreciate them.
100% agree, man. We need more. I think this should be the guide for biopics moving forward. Like a lot of biopics are burdened by having to cover several years. Sometimes you don't need.
I mean, a complete unknown did the same thing. It covered a very short, specific time in Bob Dylan's life. And I think that's why it works. Also, that's why I liked it too. Because
Yeah.
I was like, I don't give a fuck about what happens after Bomb goes electric or whatever the fuck. I was like, that was really cool. That was a really cool, moment in time. But yeah, I agree. Biopics, please stop doing cradle to grave bullshit. We do not care. Just make a choice. Do something interesting. Pick a
James
point.
Mangold
Pick a
remake
year
Walk the
or
Line.
2 years and just follow
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah, pick a point in time in that person's life and make a movie about that.
Mhm.
Don't make a movie about when they exited their mom's vagina to when they died. Thank you.
Well, all in all, this does shine a light on good filmmaking, good product. And speaking of lights, I'm gonna let Luis shine his light on his review of Lanterns.
It's the last topic, and then we'll leave,
We'll,
guys. So
we'll
don't
stop
worry.
harassing y'all with good
Yeah.
takes.
We'll stop ear fucking y'all.
We'll stop
with,
cooking.
Yeah, I was on vacation last week, so I didn't get to kind of what's it called, voice my opinions on Lanterns. The second episode came out today. We haven't gotten around to watching it yet, but this is just kind of
so far
my
it's
thoughts.
fucking good.
These are just my thoughts on the first episode, and my thoughts are that it fucking rips, bro. The show fucking rules, man. It's sick. And I will apologize. I don't know if you guys did last episode. I haven't listened to it yet, but
I don't apologize.
we were on the side of this show was going to fucking suck. Whenever the trailer released, whenever we heard about it, we're like, who fucking needs this shit? This show's gonna fucking suck. It's an HBO Max. This shit's trash. Whatever. Get rid. Who needs this? I apologize. I stand corrected. I take my words back. I should not have doubted Damon Lindelof, and that's on me. I should have known better. We all should have known better because Damon doesn't fucking miss, and he's proven that time and time again. And our dumbasses were still like, but actually, no.
See,
yeah, you fucking love watching him, but you didn't think this was gonna be good.
No, you're right.
I was hesitant because
I
of
was
some of the
blinded
stuff that was coming out.
by the light,
And then,
by the light shining off that boy.
2 white Green Lanterns. That's crazy.
Yeah, bro. What's going on, man?
No,
we got
but
Gleam Lantern and Cream Lantern. What the fuck?
No, but I think it fucking rips, man. I think the whole it's True Detective, but in the DC universe, comparison was apt and perfect. It's like everything about the show is just it works, man. Like John and Kyle and Aaron's dynamic is awesome. The fact that Hal's been Green Lantern for years now. At this,
Yeah,
like,
40 years.
We just get dropped into it, like it's like, and it's just like the mystery aspects of it are really incredible. The time jumping, I think, works really, really well. That can get kind of jarring, but I think they're handling it very, very well. Like, I just think it's good. It's good. The writing is good. The acting is good. It looks not like shit, The sex scene was trash. I expected more from an HBO sex scene. If you're gonna make DC, he fucking showed John Cena's bare ass in Peacemaker. You can show
but he's never showed balls and dicks and tits.
Sure, but show her in her bra or something. I don't know. It was just kind of disappointing. I'm not with Gen Z. I think we need more gratuitous sex in our stuff, to be honest. But
I think actors should have sex.
Yeah, consensual sex on screen.
Yes.
But no, man, it fucking rips. It's awesome. I cannot wait. This show, I'm so excited for what the rest of the season, and I'm locked the fuck in. And that pilot did exactly what it needed to do, which was intrigue me, interest me, excite me, and frustrate me because I have to wait an entire week to watch the next episode. So yeah, I'm locked the fuck in.
The only thing that's gonna piss me off about this show, besides the obvious casting issue, I love you, Aaron Pierre.
He's doing a great job. He's doing really good.
He's that's the thing. It's not his ability that's the problem. It's not.
It's his skin color.
It's him doing the light skin face the whole show.
Yeah, Oh my
God! He's chin maxing. He's chin maxing.
Hal, give me the ring, Hal. The whole time. He's like,
Mm.
No, the thing that's gonna piss me off about this show is when it ends after 8 episodes.
And then we're
Yeah.
gonna have to see, and then we're gonna
But at least
or whatever.
they're not like 20 minutes.
Yeah, they're 50.
hour.
So this is like Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon episode
Gotcha.
length, right? It's like 57, 53 minutes, which is perfect because we're getting a good chunk of story in each episode.
Yeah.
We're about 30 minutes into the second one, 20 minutes in, and it's already taken off, man. It's so good. So good. I won't spoil anything. There's just a certain performance, a certain person is in there, and it's like
Cinestro.
oh boy, here we go.
Our
No,
namesake. But I was gonna say also, just like, I just think the casting in the show is really, really good. The acting is like really, really good, and that's awesome.
Willie Macon.
Man.
He was in No Country for Old Men.
Yeah. Who's that? The guy who plays the bad guy?
The mysterious cowboy. I don't know if he's a bad guy.
Yeah, who hates
Eating off
aliens.
another man's grill.
Yeah, he hates
eating off
aliens. He was in Fargo also, him and the sheriff.
He
was in a movie once. I know actors too.
He was also, I saw the trailer. He's also in that Ghost Soldier trailer you fucking sent, man.
Fucking hell, dog.
Movie of the year, bro.
Can I talk about that too before we
cover that?
We'll cover it because I'm gonna destroy that film. If you want to see like visceral hatred for a movie, catch us on that episode because I don't think I even want to tell you about the trailer. You just wait until we talk about it because it's so bad.
If it wasn't Jim Caviezel's racist MAGA ass in the movie, I think it would look kind of cool. Like
that nigga learned nothing from the Passion of the Christ, bro. You were Jesus and you turned out to be a racist fuck.
He was white Jesus though, so he learned everything.
That's true,
actually. But anyways, yeah. Lanterns fucks, it rips. I can't wait for the rest of it. We'll cover episodes 2 and 3. 2 and 3, whatever.
We'll do a mid-season review, cover all the way through that, and then we'll do our of course, I think we'll do the season finale all as one. Yeah. We'll just cover it. Yeah, we'll split it up. That way, y'all are not bogged down week by week. But at the same time, if we do see something that's worth talking about, expect us to talk about it because we really do enjoy this show. We do enjoy the folks involved. AZ is probably somewhere right now bowing down to a statue of Lindy. Oh, that's his goat.
Hey, shout out AZ for fucking not.
He never doubted.
He never doubted.
I will say that he's the only one who was on board from the beginning.
Him and David. Didn't David say the show was gonna be good too?
But didn't David get a preview? That doesn't count. Fuck David.
David did, but I'm also sure he said something like there's not enough green or something. I know my reservations were the casting. There's not enough green. I was unsure about the whole. I saw the spoiler. I saw the spoiler for the first episode. That's what pissed me off. I was like, nah, bro. But then after thinking about it and watching the first episode, I think they're gonna do. There's certain things that are about to happen. We discussed a little bit last week about certain storylines in the Green Lantern mythos. That if it's true, bro, we are in for one hell of a time. It's going to be really good moving forward. It also sets up the room for a season 2 or just rolling into a Green Lantern movie. Hint, hint, cough, cough, rebirth. I'll leave it at that. I'm just really excited for the way this is going. And speaking of going, it's time for us to be going to bed after we wrap up this amazing episode of the Cinestro Core. Appreciate y'all tapping in again week by week by week. We're gonna keep doing what we're doing, keep bringing y'all good content, good reviews. If you want to see some good content as well with more funding, more access, and some also cool people, check out the Backstage XP. David's not here to elaborate on that, but the boys over there are cooking. No joke. They're traveling from town to town, doing their interviews, doing their meetups with different members of the Hollywood
meetup with
circle.
fans. They're fucking fans. I'm kidding.
No, they're not meeting with fans. No, they're meeting with like different stars and doing the interviews, talking to folks involved in these movies that we're talking about. So it's good to see where they've started and where they are now. Very inspirational. Would love to be able to talk to them and see what's going on in the backstage world. And speaking of finding out what's going on in someone's world, tapping with AZ at Tariq Singo, all platforms. He's gonna get some more videos coming out here in a little bit. With oh man, he told us the whole bit last week. I cannot remember. There's a lot. He's gonna do that. He's bringing back that Filthy Casual, I believe. He's doing another little series here on there where he introduces his friend to some movies. It's gonna be cool. Everybody just tapping with him over there.
A lot of cool content coming.
Yes, sir. At Tari Singo, and then Big Papa Tari on Instagram, and also twitch.tv/Tari Singo. He on there twitching. And you know who else is twitching? We twitching when we play video games at twitch.tv/Cinestro Corp. We're gonna do some more FC, some more Marvel Rivals when they get the new season comes out, whenever the fuck. And then of course X-Men, my bad. Wolverine coming on September.
I want to hop on Rivals after this.
Talking about X-Men. No, we talking about Big Logan.
The X-Men.
The X-Men. The X-Man. The real, the only. The Logan video game coming out in September. We will be discussing that and playing through that.
And we'll also live stream us playing GTA 6 when that gets leaked in 3 days. So everybody,
I will be
whichever one of us has the strongest PC.
Yeah,
we'll be downloading it.
So you guys keep your eyes peeled for that because that's coming. # coming.
And go ahead and y'all go ahead and come on and follow us at Cinestro Corp all platforms. Again, we are still looking for someone to run the socials. Please, we need help. I can't tweet all this shit every fucking day. I got a job. I got shit to do, my guy. We all have jobs. We got shit to do. But if you don't have a job or you just love to tweet for the love of the game, please hit us up. Send us a DM. Send us an email. We'll review your credentials. No real like qualifications. Just be able to tweet good. Like that's it. Don't tweet anything racist and problematic. But that's it. Just tweet good, dude.
Good shit.
Tweet more gooder. And until then, we'll see y'all on the next episode of Cinestro Core. We love y'all.
Movies.
Watch 3 films this week and tell us what you saw. Brush your teeth. And like Luis said, we'll see y'all at the movies. Peace.